Hi, good evening, everyone. Just got in not too long ago, had dinner with a couple of friends of mine, girlfriends of mine, had a really nice dinner. One of my friends was talking about a child with ASD, and so I thought about the video that my sister and I recorded the other day, and I suggested that the parent of the child watch it and hopefully get in touch with me to have a conversation about some things that would help her move along in the process of, just accepting the fact that you're the parent of a special needs child because it's a lot to go through. I have talked a little bit about my journey in that, and I'm trying to be more vulnerable because I realize that I cannot expect people to come to me to talk about their issues if I'm not willing to first do the same. So I have to lead as an example. So I have been in the healing process in this pandemic. I have been in therapy. I have spoken to life coaches. I have listened to motivational speakers. Some days for 8 hours at a time, I would just do a marathon and do nothing but clear my head and just listen. And I noticed something. A lot of successful people not only believe in God, but they also believe in service to others. And a lot of times that's the key to success, walking in your purpose and finding a way to serve others. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're, recording videos or uploading them. It looks different for everyone, whatever skill you have. Whatever testimony you have, because as they say, everyone has a story. So you have to find that niche for you and how you can help others, because for a long time, I was mad at God. I felt like the Spirit, forgot about me. I felt like the simple things that I wanted my entire life, that I felt like I deserved, didn't come to me. However, I realized, number one, my story isn't over. Number two, my story is just that, it's mine. So my timeline doesn't necessarily line up with anyone else's. And so in acknowledging my frustration, my anger, my pain, I was able to refocus that and repurpose that and say, hey, everything that I have been through is a testimony not only of my strength and my endurance, but it's also to speak life into someone else. And so when I told God that I was ready to serve other people in whatever capacity that meant, I started getting people. It's kind of like, okay, you said you were ready. Let's see if you actually are ready. And so, for instance, my neighbor, a few days ago, my oldest sister was still here. My youngest sister left. But my oldest sister was still here with her family, and her husband and her son happened to be in the car with me. And one of my neighbors just started talking to me randomly. And he was telling me about his mother, his disabled mother, and how, it was hard to get her out of the house, and he didn't have a car that the wheelchair could fit in. And, so he was selling his car, blah, blah, blah. And he was saying that he needed help in home. And I said, well, let me see if I can find some information for you and I'll get back to you. And, so he said, thank you, and went about his business. And my brother-in-law said, you know him? Do you all talk often? And I said, no, that's our first conversation. Now, I've been in my home I've been living here for 4 years now, and that was our first conversation. And I don't think it was coincidental. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that everything lines up according to God's will. So, I'm passing these little tests, and every day I'm telling myself, I am in expectation. I am ready for the responsibility. I am going to do my due diligence. I do plan on helping people in whatever capacity I am able to. And, if we think about things like that, if you're able to look at things from a different perspective, that you're not out there alone, that things will get better, that you actually can change your life, then you'll see things change. And, we hear people say that all the time, but maybe we don't believe it because we don't think they're on our same level, financially, spiritually, emotionally. Maybe we don't look at them as everyday people. I don't know. But for me, all of the messages I've gotten have finally sunk in. And so as I continue this journey of healing, and the reason I say I'm on the journey and that I have not fully gotten there is because, I keep getting these little tests of just how much I've developed my patience. I was at work today and this lady called me and she was very rude and she took me out of my peace. And when you're completely healed, no one would be able to take you out of your peace. I should not have allowed her nasty attitude to affect my spirit, but I did. And I was pretty nasty with her on the phone. And, I had to think about it afterwards, and I could have handled that situation better than I did. However, that was a test, and I was able to tell myself, okay, you've gotten a lot better. However, you're not quite there. So this journey to healing probably was jump started by the pandemic. I really felt like it started last year with the move to Charlotte and then back to South Florida in 6 weeks. That was such a humbling journey that I could only do one of two things. I could only get bitter or I could get better. And so I am on a journey to being as best as I possibly can. And I'm not seeking perfection. I know that I'm human. I know that I cannot obtain perfection, but I can catch excellence along the way. And if I just so happen to help one person, then I've done my job. So I just wanted to share that this evening. Hope everyone had a wonderful day, and stay well and be blessed.